Hi guys, today is October 22nd, 2020, and futures are flat pretty much this morning as market is waiting for the negotiations to conclude between House Democrats and Senate Republicans. And I know that Steven Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi has talked on the phone a number of times in the past week and promising a deal, but still the stimulus deal has not been concluded, and nobody knows when it's coming. So Wall Street is in a choppy trading mode, and everybody is waiting for the stimulus bill. Okay. On a separate note, weekly jobless claims came in much lower than expected. Actually, a much better number, and but that didn't change the futures as they were a little bit lower to flat. As like I said, everybody's just looking at the stimulus bill to come out. Okay, so let's jump to SPY, ETF for S&P 500, and SPY is basically in a choppy territory and pointing to a little bit lower, but at the same time, we're waiting for the stimulus bill to come out, and once that comes out, we may go higher after that, but who knows what the bill will be and how it will look and when it will be. Okay, so let's jump to stocks. Before we do that, if you want to see my trades on pretty much everyday basis, you can check out the Patreon link in the description of this video. Okay, so let's start with Tesla. So Tesla reported really good earnings, spectacular earnings. Not spectacular earnings, but I liked what they talked on the phone. But really good earnings, beat on top and bottom. And Elon Musk talked about developments in Tesla, and that the deliveries will be most likely 500,000 vehicles a year, and other innovations that they're doing and what they're doing at Tesla. And I was actually impressed by the call and the fact that it's very difficult to emulate Tesla because a lot of critics are saying that Tesla is overpriced, it's too much, worth too much, and but I actually think that's a technology that's very difficult to emulate because, like Musk said, that their thing is building machines that build the machines that build the machines. Okay, so it's very difficult to emulate, and they have innovations coming in many areas, and Musk said it's about a dozen startups in one company. Autonomous driving is a startup, and charging is a startup, sales is a startup, and all this little things that they're running Tesla is a startup. Okay, so the company running on all cylinders, and I expect the stock to go higher. Actually, I think it will eventually take on its all-time high of $502, and right now shares are trading at around $440 pre-market, but I expect the shares to go significantly higher, so it's not too late to get into this bandwagon. Okay, so let's jump to another hot stock, ALGN. Okay, Align Technology. Align Technology, it's a maker of InvisAlign. Okay, so it's all smiles today as stock jumps. Investors are all smiles today as stock jumps over 25% pre-market after company blew past the expectations, citing help from TikTok star and on social media star with their marketing campaign, and shares earnings per share were much higher, revenue much higher, and what can you say? Align Technology, ALGN, is going to take its 52-week high. Obviously, it's higher, like almost $100 pre-market. So it's crazy. It's jumping like crazy. But I would at least wait for shares to come down to at least like $400 before I buy it. Okay, ALGN. Okay, let's jump to some old-fashioned stocks like Procter Gamble reported good numbers. It's a consumer products giant, earned $1.63 versus $1.42 estimated revenue above, and raised full-year sales forecast. And even though it's old value stock, and but its shares may actually go higher, and it's taking its 52-week high, and it looks good to me. PG, okay, ACI. So Albertsons companies. So ACI is the actual supermarket chain. Reported earnings of 60 cents, more than double 26 cents estimates. Revenue was also above estimates, held by 243% surge in digital sales. So in general, I like ACI, and they don't get enough credit. But under $15, what it's trading right now, I think it's a long-term buy. Okay, ACI. PM. Philip Morris, talking about the old value company. Okay, so Philip Morris came in a couple of days ago, beat estimates by 6 cents. Revenue was above, helped by a jump in sales of its electronic cigarette system. And in general, the shares dropped on the report, but I think it's a good pickup in this area. I mean, Philip Morris, if you're paying 5% dividend, and if you're looking for that dividend, steady dividend flow, then Philip Morris is for you. Okay, Moderna. So Moderna CEO Stefan Bancel told Wall Street Journal that drug maker's COVID vaccine candidate could receive emergency use authorization from FDA by December. So the vaccine makers were falling recently because you may know already that AstraZeneca's participant in COVID trials has died, unfortunately. And all these vaccine makers are falling on this news, were falling on this news at least. But in general, Moderna is buying my book at $69. I think it's a compelling buy here. Okay. AN. Autonation. So Autonation shares a high reported earnings per share of $2.38 per share, well above $1.65 expected. Revenue was also above. Increased its share repurchase authorization to $500 million. So what can you say? Autonation, I think, is a pretty interesting buy to me, even though the shares are trading pretty high, but I think it's going higher. Okay. Winnebago Industries, WGO. Okay, so Winnebago Industries, it's a recreational vehicle maker, earned $1.45, beating 93 cents estimates. The company said it was encouraged by improving recreational trends. So there's a craze going on about the RVs and motorhomes, and Winnebago Industries right in the middle of that. So I think the shares actually may come down a little bit, but it may go eventually higher, and I would be a long-term buyer of WGO. Okay, AVI. Okay, so Every Denizen is the maker of labeling products, earned $1.91 versus $1.53. Revenue was slightly above, and the company also announced 70% dividend increase. So that's an interesting buy to me, and Every Denizen is in a breakout path, even though it's trading a little bit overbought, and I would expect to come down a little bit at 140, but in general, very good buy to me. Okay, VI. Okay, Netflix. So Netflix shares has dropped after it reported earnings miss and also reported weaker subscriber numbers. And what can you say? Netflix is a little bit in a bad territory technically, because you see the MACD is crossing here, and it seems to me it's a little bit under pressure, will be under pressure, but eventually people will jump back to Netflix, because there's truly not many alternatives to Netflix, because they own a lot of content, and even though they have a lot of competition, but still Netflix is Netflix, and eventually the shares will go a little bit higher. But I would wait to buy Netflix here. Okay, TXN. So Texas Instruments reported actually a very good number, beat estimates by 17 cents. Revenue also topped its projections, and What can you say? I mean, I would use this drop as a buying opportunity for Texas Instruments, and the chart doesn't look too good to me. Short-term chart, but long-term chart is really compelling, and I would start buying in this like 145 area, and if it goes down, I would just buy more. Okay, PHM. HCI Group is a home builder, came in 22 cents above estimates. Revenue was also above as record low mortgage rates boosted demand for homes. Okay, so PHM is trading pretty much flat after this report, but in general, home builders are in good position to go higher. And actually, I like BZH. Out of the home builders, Beazer Homes is my favorite out of this group. Okay, LUV. So airlines reported earnings, and LUV reported smaller loss, revenue top estimates, and said that the cash burn will be less as booking revenues recover. So LUV is one of my favorite airlines, and is going higher this morning, and I wouldn't be shy to picking up shares. Okay, so American Airlines also reported. American Airlines reported that it lost less than expected. Revenue was above estimates. Expects cash burn 25 to 30 million per day. In general, American is a less compelling buy to me as LUV, for example, and or Delta. So I would just be sticking with Delta or LUV. AAL has a lot of debt, and I would just leave it alone. Okay, and the last one I'll give you is GM. And it's a hot stock right now because GM has sold out the first year's worth of production of its new electric pickup truck unveiled earlier this week. As you know, that GM is actually announced its Hummer all electric vehicle, and the price tag is pretty crazy to me. I mean, $112,000 starting price tag, and it's going only 350 miles range. I would rather buy Cybertruck to tell the truth, and GM shares look overbought at this point, so just let it come down to low 30s before I buy it. Okay, that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you Monday.